Welcome to the finish line. This is Lesson 12, the GRAD Capstone, where everything you've learned across the last 11 lessons stops being practice and becomes a real shipped tool. We're building a command line app, argparse, packaging, tests, CI, the whole pipeline that takes you from running Python CLI.py to typing pip install yourtool. After this, you're not learning Python anymore. You're shipping it. So here's what comes together in this capstone. 4 skills, 1 shipped tool. First, argparse, the standard library's way to give your script real flags, subcommands, and auto-generated help. Second, a proper CLI structure, the same SRC layout you saw in Lesson 9, now in production. Third, tests for the CLI itself using pytest and capsys to capture what your tool prints. And fourth, packaging with pyproject.toml and entry points, the line that turns your code into a real pip installable command. Let's start with argparse, the backbone of your CLI. It ships with Python, no pip install, no extra dependency, and it covers about 90% of real-world command line tools. Look at the skeleton. You create a parser, add a positional file argument, a pretty flag, and an output option. From those few lines, argparse hands you type validation, error messages, and a polished help screen for free. Yes, click and typer exist, but for shipping production tools, stdlib is plenty. Now scale it up. Real tools like Git, Docker, and pip don't live on a single flag. They branch into subcommands and argparse handles that cleanly with add subparsers. You define one parent parser, then attach a child parser for each command. Format gets its own, pretty flag. Validate gets its own required, schema. Then you dispatch on args.cmd and route to the right function. That's how Dargslan format and Dargslan validate live side by side without your code turning into flag soup. To hold all of this, you need a real project shape, and you already know it. This is the same SRC layout from Lesson 9, just wearing CLI clothes. cli.py owns the argparse setup, commands, holds one file per subcommand so format and validate stay isolated, and endit main .py is what makes Python Dargslan work out of the box. Tests mirror the source tree, pyproject.toml declares the entry point, and the pre-commit gate from Lesson 11 sits right at the root. With the structure in place, you test it in 3 layers. First, hit the parser directly, feed it a fake argv list and confirm the flags land where you expect. Second, run the full main entry point, patch sys.argv with monkeypatch, and use capsys to catch what the CLI actually prints. Third, prove the unhappy paths. A bad file should give you a non-zero exit code, because that's how real shell tools behave. Now comes the shipping moment. One small block in pyproject.toml, project.scripts, turns your Python code into a real shell command. The line dargcli and dargcli main tells the installer. When someone types dargcli in their terminal, run the main function inside cli.py. After a quick pip install, your script stops being a script. It's software. Anyone with Python can install it and run your command from anywhere. But shipping isn't just about install. It's about trust. That's where continuous integration comes in. This single file, ci.yml, tells GitHub to run your full test suite on every push and every pull request across 3 Python versions in parallel. Ruff checks your style, mypy checks your types, pytest checks your behavior. If anything fails, the merge is blocked. You've just built a team-scale quality gate. Take a moment to look back. Every lesson you completed feeds directly into this capstone. Foundations gave you the project setup. Daily lessons gave you the format and validate logic. Advanced gave you error handling, pathlib, and the SRC layout. Professional gave you the tests, mypy, and ruff. And this lesson tied it all together with argparse, packaging, and CI. 12 lessons, 5 sections, 1 ship tool. Before you push that first release, run this 6-point checklist. A README with install and usage, working, help on every subcommand, tests covering the happy path plus 2 error cases, mypy and ruff, and pre-commit all green clean exit codes for shell scripts, and a single version string in pyproject.toml. Pass all 6, and you're not shipping a script anymore. You're shipping real software. Now you need a project to apply all of this to. Here are 3 that each exercise everything you've learned. Option 1, a JSON formatter and validator. Argparse, files, error handling, types, all in one real PyPI tool. Option 2, a personal task tracker with subcommands and persistent storage, the classic side project that you'll actually use daily. Option 3, a log analyzer that streams large files and counts top IPs and error rates, a genuine DevOps utility. Pick one, ship it in a week. So here we are. 13 weeks ago, you typed print hello. Today, you're shipping a packaged CLI tool with tests, types, and CI. Foundations, daily practice, advanced, professional, graduation, all checked. Build that capstone, push it to GitHub, and share it on LinkedIn. Tag me, a Dargslan. I want to see it. From here, every path is open. Django, FastAPI, data science, DevOps, machine learning. You're not a beginner anymore. Welcome to Senior Python Shape. Now go ship.